Is that definitely it?
No question. I'm not kidding, Terry. The bloke was set to rip me off from the word go.
Yeah, I never fancied this sort of job. Every time I've done it for Arthur, the punter turns out to be on the dole, living in one room with about 10 kids.
Oh, yeah. Well, he shouldn't be spending 250 quid on his V-Reg Granada.
Did he?
Exactly. Honest, that kind of debt could put me out of business.
Yeah, well, I'm only going to have a polite word with him.
I don't care how polite you are, just get me money.
Hang about.
Hey, Terry, that's not him.
Can I have a quiet word, pal?
You're from Mr. Merrick.
No. I'm from Des. He wants to know when you're going to pay for that new gearbox. I'm afraid you can't just sit there, Sunbeam. He wants his money, and he wants it now.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Get the hell out of it! Get the stuff!
Excellent lunch.
Very tasty. Now, I must say, I thought it lowered the tone of the place, serving up that fried bread.
Crouton.
Ah, now you're talking. Top-notch, that.
I was going to suggest that we finalise things over another brandy.
Where were you thinking of? I mean, it's well after 3.
Well, we would go to my club, but it's being redecorated. Look, why don't we go to yours? I believe you mentioned it earlier.
Ah. Yes. Well...
Where do you go?
The Winchester Club, please.
Where?
What?
All right here, Miss Matthews?
Yes, fine.
I'll just order the drinks. Go ahead.
Arthur.
2 large brandies, please. And Dave, better make it a good stuff.
Would this be a cash transaction, Arthur?
Now, on the slate, Dave. And Dave was a favour.
Depends, Arthur.
Make it Mr. Daly, will you?
Mr. Daly?
Just for the day.
It's true.
Oh, and bring them over, will you?
There will be a service charge.
It's a bit bohemian, but the members like it.
Yes, it's the sort of place I imagine small-time criminals drinking in.
Your brandies, Mr. Daly?
Thank you, David.
You'll forgive me for not pulling the forelock, Mr. Daly, but the doctor has told me to leave it out on account of going blind.
Bit of a character.
In the past 3 months, 2 diamond merchants have been robbed in broad daylight. Now, on both occasions, they were carrying gems worth over £20,000. And on both occasions, they were travelling distances of not more than a couple of 100 yards. They were unaccompanied.
Leaving themselves wide open, weren't they?
On the other hand, one doesn't want to walk around the garden with a couple of uniformed security guards.
Oh, no, of course one doesn't.
Dealing in precious gems is a delicate and complex business. Large sums of money changing hands, sharp fluctuations in the market, heavy gains, heavy losses. Discretion is essential.
Large sums of money changing hands. Heavy gains. Rest assured, Mr. Matthews, you and I speak the same language. And I can supply you with just the help you need.
Good. There's a phone message, Mr. Daly. A certain Desmond calling on behalf of Mr. Terence McCann to inform you that Mr. Terence McCann has landed himself right in.
David, you must stop pulling my leg, or I'll have to report you to the committee.
I am the committee.
Wait, Des. Are you certain you didn't know that geezer? Or his mates?
I swear to God, that wasn't the puncher I put the new gearbox. Yeah, he must have sold the motor, the rotten slag. I'll just drive round the block, he says. Yeah, see how it feels. 10 minutes later, I'm still waiting there like a right Nelly. Mind you, if I'd known you were walking into that ruck, I'd have never have asked. I'm sorry. I really am. If there's anything I can do...
Well, there is, as it happens. What? You can buy me a beer.
Terry, don't be silly. You're not a well person.
That's medicinal, isn't it?
No. Trouble is, I've still got this problem.
What problem?
Well, that 250 was my last chance. I might have to shut up shop. It's as bad as that.
Right, listen, make sure you finish my motor first, all right?
Well, thank you for your sympathy.
Hello.
Thank you.
It's nice of it.
Hey, you wouldn't mind bugging me a bit in advance, would you?
No, it's a favour, isn't it? Well, anyway, I'm skint. I'm sorry, mate.
Joe, do you want to sit
No,
down?
Baz. No, all right, thanks.
I think you ought to, a man in your condition.
You're talking about man in my condition.
Pregnant, you know.
Get out of here.
The point is, Terry, you'll be on wages tomorrow. You know, with that Diamond fella.
Desmond, you've got to bear in mind that Arthur knows nothing about the Trades Description Act, right?
What?
Well, if he says we're taking Fleet Street by storm, I know that I'll be minding the local newsagents for the next couple of days. So we'll see about diamonds and wages and all that tomorrow, right?
Get off!
All right, be like that.
No, I'm sorry, it's me eye, that's all. Look.
How'd you do that then?
These two got themselves into a fight with some young fellas.
Is that funny?
It wasn't so much a fight as
No,
a...
it was a bleeding ambush, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
an ambush.
Ken got ambushed by a young fella. Where can we find him, Terry?
They weren't that young.
Yeah, we're moving in the wrong age group, Carol.
Yeah, let's leave the poor old devils in peace. They probably want a nice, quiet game of dominoes.
Hey, Carol, you can shuffle my dominoes anytime you like. It's not a bad idea, that. Do you fancy it?
What?
A game of dominoes.
Eh?
Or do you prefer a crib? Hey, how about a game of darts?
Desmond?
Where are we meeting this man of yours?
Oh, his favourite bistro. He generally indulges in a little coffee and croissants about this time. Oh, you've got a ticket?
Bacon sandwich and a large tea without, please, George.
You're Arthur Daly's minder, aren't you?
That's right. Good name.
I heard a couple of youngsters caught you on the op. That'd be how you got that arm, I suppose.
No. Had this arm all my life.
Speak of the devil.
Wait, leave that. Terry, come on.
That's right. Let's not keep him waiting.
Terry, this is Mr. Matthews I was telling you about.
Nice to meet you.
Do you mind explaining that?
What? Oh, that? Oh, no, slight mishap. Nothing serious. 100% otherwise, eh, Terry?
Yeah, I'll get the plaster off in a week.
Oh, the hands.
There's obviously been a misunderstanding. I thought I'd impressed upon you, Daly, the seriousness of this job. We're talking about moving diamonds worth tens of thousands of pounds. We're talking about safeguarding them against experienced, violent criminals. And you bring me a man with a broken arm?
Mr. Matthews, please.
It's not good enough, Daly.
Just leave us for a minute, Terry, will you? Look, Mr. Matthews, I quite understand your reaction.
Ow! Wait.
Mr. Matthews, I quite understand your reaction. In fact, it is exactly what I expect. But you see, it's his pride.
Bacon sandwich and a tea without, please, George.
I mean, I try to tell him, but coming from you, he might take notice. Now, meanwhile, Mr. Matthews, rest assured I will have 100% operative with you first thing tomorrow morning.
With all limbs intact.
Without a blemish, Mr. Matthews, without a blemish. Stand on me. Thank you. Well, you blew that, didn't you? God, look at the state of this place. You always were a bit of a beatnik at heart, weren't you? Oh.
Your mate didn't seem too happy, did he?
Well, I'm afraid you, or rather we, lost ourselves a nice little earner there. The wages from that job would have spoiled the cut of your soup, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, back to normal next week.
Well, I think we'll have to consider you off sick from now on, Terry.
With sick pay?
What? Sick? That's not what you call sick, is it? That's more your self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted?
You can't expect money for that, my son. I must go. I've got to see Lenny Bowman.
What you seeing Bowman for?
No, just keep it in the swim, Terry. Just keep it in the swim. I believe he's opening a string of discount massage parlours.
Discount? Knowing him, it's probably self-service.
Yeah, that'll be enough of that.
Oh.
Next. Take us out with that. Can I help us? Tell Lenny Arthur Daly's here, will you? I gave him a ring earlier. Oh, take us here, Mr. Daly. Come. Always had very good taste in Lenny. Very impressive, I must say. I'll get one of my bad days with my back. I'll be very tempted to get one of you young ladies to come and sort it out for me. This way, Mr. Daly. Oh, yes, sir.
Arthur, house trick.
Oh, not so bad, Lenny, not so bad. Hey, nice bunch of girls. What you doing, staffing your massage parlours?
What? Oh, no. Hiring a new ticker.
Count them.
Always employ women these days, me old son. They work harder and they don't booze it up. You any good at this?
Nah.
My turn with a black car, Vern. Now then, Arthur. How can I help?
Well, thing is, Lenny, my boy Terry's got himself in a bit of a scrape. He's what you might call Ulster combat at the moment. Just when I need a bit of impressive muscle. And, everybody knows you've got a lot of good boys, Lenny.
Get it back on the track, Vern. Get it back on. So you fancy borrowing one of my boys?
Yeah.
No problem, Arthur. Yeah, tell you what, you could have Vernon here for a couple of days. He could do with an outing. For crying out loud, when are you going to get the hang of this, Vern?
I'm sorry, Mr. Please.
Shall we say, pony a day, Arthur, eh? We'll settle up after.
Yeah, all right. Very grateful, Lenny.
Not forgetting expenses, me old son. My boy does like his grub, so keep him well fed. Oh, and Vern does all the driving. He can't stand being a passenger.
Oh, I better shoot, I suppose.
Have another with me, Terry.
No, I've got to sort out my motor with Des.
Go on and have one for the road.
No, I'm all right, thanks.
Yeah, Terry, if you're ever a bit on the boracic side, your credit's good down here, you know.
Oh, cheers, Dave, but I don't want to start running up slates.
I just want you to know, that's all.
Is there anything else you want me to know?
You'll laugh. It's a dead comical, really. I heard Arthur is going around with one of Lenny Bowman's boys.
Eh?
I thought it would amuse you.
Well, no, Arthur had a meeting with Bowman. Now somebody probably just clocked him.
He's got one of Bowman's boys grafted for him.
Arthur? One of Bowman's kids? Leave it out. Probably earning more than Arthur is already.
I thought it would make you chuckle.
We meet here at 3 minutes to 11. I've already walked the route. It should take no longer than 7 minutes.
Never make appointments on the hour. Very professional, that. We'll be here on the dot.
Your presence won't be required, Daly. Less people involved, the better.
Oh, fine. Well, how about spot of lunch?
Good idea. Very kind of you, Daly.
May I make a suggestion, Mr. D?
Oh, something wrong with the arrangements, Vern?
Oh, no. It's about lunch. There's this new trat up west that I'm dying to try. They do this dill mayonnaise with Dublin baked prawns, and a pal of mine says you can get Dom Perignon 73 for 18 quid a throw.
18 quid?
Excellent idea, Vernon. We can't afford to pass up a bargain like that, can we, Daly?
No. You're joking?
Oh, it's true. He's got this geezer Vernon working for him.
Well, it'll be just for the job with the jeweller fella, that's all.
All I'm saying is he could have told me. I mean, people are winding me up down the boozer now.
What? Julian Carroll? Pinky and Perky? Now you're being silly.
Yeah, and then there's Dave trying to dole out a bit of charity without me twigging.
Yeah, he's a good mate, is Dave.
I mean, the old manor knows except me.
Well. I never knew they did that.
What?
Fuel pump.
I know what it is. What's it doing in your hand?
Oh, Terry, you've got some problems here. I'll have to pop down to the parts dealer.
Oh, leave it out.
No, I'll need a few hours on this.
Hey?
Tell you what, I'll have it ready
First thing, yeah, I know. God, dear, if my life gets any worse, I'm going to have to ask you to stop helping me.
Well, I must say, Daly, that was an awfully good lunch. I'll see you later.
Oh, look, you got another ticket.
Des? Oh, hello, what's this? Clean-up campaign?
Just collecting a few of my personal possessions. Sorry about your motor.
Eh?
You'll have to phone up some Ponzi garage and get them to fix it.
Oh, do you mean you haven't done it yet?
That's right, because I can't get credit. So I can't get parts, so I can't get paid, so I can't get credit. Do you know about cash flow?
Yeah, I know about cash flow. Cash flows to Arthur and then trickles back to me.
Yeah, well, I haven't even got cash trickle. It's dead serious, Terry. Yeah, I could go out and liberate some nice W-Reg Merc, no problem. But I've knocked all that on the head. Oh, bloody hell, Terry. I'm going to end up on wages. I don't know. You try going straight, and what happens? You end up in someone else's inspection pit, paying national insurance. What's that other bloody horrible stuff? Pay as you learn or something.
Didn't know it was that serious, mate.
An embarrassment, that's what it is, an embarrassment. Refuse credit on a few rotten gaskets.
Wait, listen, I'll tell you what. We go back to that geezer with a Granada, right? We find out where he bought it, then we go and find that punter and get your 250 back. Come on, it's got to be worth a try, innit? Then maybe I'll get my Capri back at last.
Ah, it's no good, Terry. Come on, let's sling our hook.
No, let's give it another 10 minutes.
Or maybe he lives round here. And he was going to work. Night shift.
Leave it out. Who the bleeding hell lives round here?
I do, actually.
Hang about, what's that?
Hey, that's him, innit? Yeah, that's him. Go on, have a word.
What? No, hold on. Let him get away from the car first. I lost him. But I think he works at a gaff called Porton and Mackey's. Do you know it?
Yeah, it's a big factory. They make pharmaceuticals. You didn't speak to him then?
No, I didn't bother looking for him, you know. Might have caused him bother. I'll pop back again later when he's finished work. In the meantime, let's find Arthur. See if he can sub us, get that Capri back on the road.
Arthur?
He's that desperate, son.
One final precaution. You carry this.
Anything you say, Mr. M?
Right, let's go.
$131. 32, yeah, we're nearly there.
Yeah. Isn't that Arthur?
Yeah, there he is. Come on, move it a bit, Des. Hold on. Arthur! Look, I'll go and catch him. You park up. Hi. Oi, I want a word with you.
Shut up, I want to watch this. Nice, very nice. That is the real McCoy you're watching there, my son. Keep your head down, I'm not supposed to be here. Cut for that, neither are you. How the hell did you find me?
I asked Dave, didn't I? He gave me Matthew's address. He told me you were moving some diamonds. And not to tell anyone, because security was essential.
I don't like it, Terry. I don't like it being chased up in the middle of a big job.
I'm sorry about that, but I need to talk to you urgently.
I'm sorry, I'm tied up.
Sorry? Listen, you. I need help, right? Now, do I get it, or do I go back to that jeweller's and tell Matthews all about your security arrangements?
No, Terence, come on, let's go and have a tincture.
I promise I won't hit you over the head and run away.
Please don't try and persuade me it's inferior stuff. I happen to know otherwise.
There's a stone paper on the bench there. Open it. Carefully. You can have any one of those diamonds for it. Go on, choose one. You might make a profit.
They're all rubbish.
So you do know about diamonds. How on earth did you come by this?
I don't understand.
Oh, come off it, Matthews. You're no heroin dealer. Where did this stuff come
I was importing diamonds. I had someone walk them through customs.
from? A mule.
My employee started to work for somebody else. The routes were convenient, you see. One day, I happened to catch her with a half a kilo of heroin taped round her waist.
Quite a windfall.
Do you want the stuff or not?
Oh, I want it all.
Right. Bring the money to my office this time tomorrow morning.
No offices, no hotel rooms. We do all this in the open, where we can all see who's who and what's what.
Now look.
Please, Matthews, you have no choice. Either we follow my methods or we drop the whole matter. And don't forget, the kind of people who lose half a kilo of heroin always find out who's got it in the end. So the sooner you get your money and disappear, the better. Agreed?
Yes, agreed.
I don't see those big Bond Street wheeler dealers coming to a place like this.
All right, that'll do.
Before you start, perhaps you might notify the staff as to today's correct mode of address. Arthur, Mr. Daly. Or perhaps there's been a surprise announcement in the birthday honours list.
Leave it out, Dave. Large vodka slimline and a brace of lagers for these two.
What's all that about?
Oh, Dave here has just discovered satire.
Now listen, you. Two things, right? Now first, why didn't you tell me you were using this Vernon geezer?
Oh, him.
Yes, him. Now, what am I supposed to think when you go round on the sly employing other people, eh? Now, if I ought to be down the job centre, browsing, then you ought to tell me.
Terry, you've got a broken body.
Broken?
I swear to you, it was just a one-off. I didn't think it was worth mentioning. Anyway, he's eating me out of house and home. The way he puts stuff away, there must be something iffy with his insides.
Well, let's leave that for the time being. The second thing, Arthur, is money.
Dare you talk like that? It's hard times for all of us.
That'll be 150, Arthur.
Put it on the slate, Dave.
Nevertheless, the second thing is money.
What for? Pour down the financial black hole known as Desmond's Motor Repairs? Certainly not.
I'll tell you what. You can call it an advance on my next wages, right? Now, if you're not prepared to advance me any wages, I've got to assume that you're not going to get me any employment from now on. In which case, I'm going to go out and find someone else, right?
No. 20.
No. 50. 50 now.
Hello, Mr. Deep.
Hello, Laverne. Meet Terry and Des. What do you want to drink?
Oh, that's very nice. As a matter of fact, I just had a cup of tea up west and it has given my palate a right portion of GBH. Here, your face behind the bar. He couldn't do me a nice polyfoam on ice, could he?
Well, that sounds nice. I'll have a pint of that.
No, you won't. Come on. In my car.
Take care, Terence.
You worry about yourself, Vernon.
He's touchy.
Burning a bleeding lot of oil.
No, you're all right. Just don't do any long journeys.
How long's a long journey?
No, say over 5 miles.
You're wonderful, you are,
All right.
I didn't mention it before, Daly, but this morning's little effort was something in the nature of a dry run.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Matthews. I didn't quite catch that.
A rehearsal, Daly. The serious business takes place tomorrow morning. I shall need to see you this evening.
At your office? 8:30?
Right.
Put the corks back in that lot and bung him a nice warm lager.
Excuse me, pal. Now, hold on. I just want to ask you a question about the motor, all right? Then I'll be out of your life forever. Where'd you buy it?
Sutton's on the Harrow Road.
Terrific. But it ain't full of sand. Road dog. Come on, darling. Desmond.
Here's to tomorrow.
Cheers.
Vernon?
Oh, back of the net.
We rendezvous here as before?
No. This transaction is being completed well away from here.
Oh, where's that then?
In the country.
Very nice, Mr. Rem.
It's Essex, in fact. I hand over the merchandise at 5:30 in the morning.
5:30? Now, what sort of deal is this?
One that requires privacy.
Just a minute, Matthews. This is getting out of order. I'm full of sympathy for someone who deals in cash and has his books kept by a ghostwriter. But selling diamonds in some field at dawn, that's got to be as bent as a 9-bob note. Well, I don't wish to be associated.
You have no choice, Daly.
Oh, yes, I have. No offence, but I'm going to take an early bath on this one. Come on, Vern. I know where I can buy you a provocative little cod and chips.
I'm sorry, Mr. D.
Yes, Vernon is getting his wages directly from me now.
It's, nothing personal. It's business, you know.
All right, I'll come. Tell me where the meet is, and on my word, I'll be there at 5:30.
You must think I'm an idiot, Daly. Do you think I didn't notice McCann hanging around yesterday? I haven't made up my mind yet whether you're trying to set me up or whether you're just plain stupid. But either way, I'm not letting you out of my sight until the deal has been done. That's why we leave for Essex in 10 minutes. No phone calls, no messages. There's a hotel near the meeting place. We stay there overnight.
Overnight?
God's sake, Dad, you don't think I'm paying you all this money for doing nothing?
No, it's not that. It's her indoors. If I stay out all night again this week, I'm a dead man.
Hello? Yes. Oh, hello, Terry. How's the motor?
Died of bleeding death, didn't it? Now, listen. I'm in a boozer called the Duke's Head, do you know it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one, right by the river, yeah.
Oh, it's all right for some.
The thing is, I run into the two chancers I had the ruck with. So I'm stuck with no car. I'm dying for a gym, but I dare go in case I move on. So what I want you to do...
Terry? Terry, are you there?
Oh, sorry about that, mate. I've just seen another familiar face. Look, get the truck and get round here as sharp as you can, right?
It just wasn't there. Honestly, Mr. Merrick, I don't think he made the drop.
I hope it has never entered your heads to try and rip me off.
No way would we do that, Mr. Merrick.
Very well. Go and check whether he made the drop. I trust him. Whatever he says will satisfy me.
Terry?
They're over there in the far corner.
Right. It's open. Anybody around here got a blue Cortina? V registration?
Yeah, why?
I think I saw a fella just trying to break into it.
The drop was made, Michael. Now go and fetch your friend. Bring him back here so we can sort this out.
Oi, I think your mate chased him round that corner.
Mick not coming?
What are you doing with my car?
Don't you remember me? You danced on my hand.
Bad time to bother me with that rubbish.
Now, don't get aerated. I've got something you need. Now, listen. If you're going to have a go, son, you better be convincing. I've played with the grown-ups. Sunshine! Yeah! You gonna let me have the stuff? You scratch my back, and I'll resist the temptation to jump on yours! So let's talk, eh? Now, what's your governor doing with this Matthews bloke? Yeah. Get stuff! You know Matthews. It's a posh geezer. He drives a Range Rover. Drugs, is it?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, you'll have to do better than that, son, if you want your gear back.
Yes, it's drugs.
People converge from miles around to delight in a salmon en croûte in pastry crust as light as a feather and supple herb cream sauce.
In fact, people do so much converging, they're usually fully booked down at the last damn signing.
How was I to know there was an agricultural fair on?
Still, we got to the meet nice and early. 5 hours early. I tell you, anyone asks me about investing in diamonds, I get a very short answer.
The proprietor suggests hazelnut and bramble meringue gambler.
Will you shut up?
Oh, sorry, Mr. M.
And her indoors has been on a blower 3 times already.
Listen, if he does get in touch, tell him to phone me immediately. It's urgent, right? Got it? Come on. It's serious, Dave.
I've got to see a man about a dog.
You want me to go with him, Mr. M?
That's very kind of you, Vernon, but I am one of those people who can't do it while he's being watched.
The main road's a long way off, Daly. And even if you find it, you'll be too late.
You think I'm going to do a Captain Oates? Well, I'm coming back to this nice warm car, even if I do have to share it with you two. She. Please don't let it be vandalised. Hello, Dave. It's Arthur. Yeah. Terry said what? No, I can't hear, Dave. I can't hear. Listen, it's her indoors. Oh, my God, she has. Well, look, I can't face it myself. Well, make something up for crying out loud. What? Oh, all right. 2 miles north of Great Averham on the B1275.
Noticed I'm beating you with one hand. Oh. Hello? What? Yeah, Dave, yeah. Where? Are you? Yeah, all right, mate, yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Yeah, cheers, ta-da. He's only somewhere in Essex, isn't he?
Gold! Good morning, Cinderella. Good morning. Gold!
This is dead familiar. I reckon we've been here before.
We have. 10 minutes ago, only from the other direction.
Here come your punters, Matthews.
How many have you?
3!
We'll meet in the middle, all right?
Where's Merrick?
In the car!
He knows what he's doing. Look at that bloody mud. You just start walking. a way to buy your jewellery, eh? I'll bet Cartiers don't work like this.
Put the briefcase on the ground.
I want to see the money.
Briefcase on the ground, then you can see.
Oh, my God.
Now turn around and start walking. I'll do your kneecap, son, if you don't shut it.
Let's do as he says. Come on.
Stop there.
Over here. Get back. Stick him in there.
No! Not in there! Alan! Son, that's nice and cosy, isn't it? Alan!
Take it up! Let me down! Don't leave me alone with these men, I beg of you! Burn and I'll pay you even more money! Anything you want! Please don't leave me with these men!
Hey, what about the diamonds? Diamonds, you didlo. It's heroin, innit?
What?
Yeah, that would really ruin the cut of your suit, wouldn't it?
Go, let's get out of here.
Let's...
Hang about, fellas! I'll go and telephone the AA! Oi!
Don't tell me. This is one of those grotty little calves that actually serve fantastic food. And Richard Burton comes here at dawn for egg and chips, right?
All in one, Vern.
The geezer said he could only manage 110, so I said we'd leave it at that.
Oh, in that case, I can only bung you a tenner. Sorry.
Now, where have I heard that before?
What you lot having, Annie?
He only makes one of those a day, does George?
What's these little black bits on the eggs here? Trouble?
No, nothing nasty like that, Vern. Burnt the fat.
Come on, Vern. Back of the net.
You don't mind if we move to another table, do you, Vern?
Tommy. turn around and dip and roll the shoulder and use your arms. Tantalize. Tantalize, honey. Yes?
No.
Turn that bloody thing off. Come on, love, let's do it. No. Take them out one at a time.
Max,
Nothing, Mr. Daly.
BAT, please.
Aye?
Vodka and tonic.
Oh.
Hey, what's all that about?
Leonard, best of the business. Any new girls we get, Leonard shows them how it's done. He used to be on television.
Did he? He certainly fooled him on What's My Line, wouldn't he? What is that?
New decor. Smart, innit? That'd be £2, please, Mr. Daly.
£2? No wonder you're having the place done out. Well, Mr. Simmons is here. I don't usually pay for drink. Hello.
If you're paying, I'll have one of these. Cheers.
That'd be £3, please, Mr. Daly.
You just here for the dress rehearsal? You're going to stay and watch the real thing, eh?
I'm here on purely philanthropic grounds.
Filling who?
I am here on your behalf. I've come to see that you've settled in all right. Not to watch this unnatural behaviour. With inflated prices.
You are here to check that I turned up or not, so you can get your whack off of Simmons. Listen, what about the other geezer? Oi.
What?
The other geezer, Simmons' regular bouncer. What's happening to him?
He'll be up and about in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you're all right here till then.
Up and about? You told me last night he'd been nicked.
Oh, well, no, not really nicked. More sort of, gashed.
Gashed?
That's Frank Downey. Frankie!
Well, Arthur.
What are you up to here? I haven't seen you since they put you up for that passport fiddle. What was it? Putting moustaches on bank robbers, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've done me for that. I've gone back to painting since I came out.
Well, I never. Terry, I want you to meet a friend of mine. Frank Downing, Terry McCann. Terry works for me.
Yeah, it's all right. We met earlier.
Terry's a minder. I rent him out, you know. Very useful, young Terry.
I've heard that.
You see? Top man in your field. World's most expensive lager in your hand. Endless display of bint under your nose. Not exactly blood, sweat and tears, is it?
No, all right. I'll manage, yeah. But I want to see some money for it at the end of the night.
Yeah, of course you do. I'll pop in later with some reddies. You can buy me a drink.
Won't let me forget that, will you? I'll tell you what. Couldn't paint a moustache on him, could you? Maybe he'd leave the country.
Is that a full-time game, Frank? Painting tarts on walls?
That's just for drinking money. I'm doing some of the real stuff these days.
Oh, well, I might be able to help you there. A friend of mine wants his squash court re-emulsion. If you'd like to name your price, I'll have a word with him.
Not house painting, Arthur. Pictures. Paintings. You know, you hang them on the wall and look at them.
Oh, paintings! Like Rembrandt and all that lot. The old Velvet Hat Brigade.
You got it, Arthur.
Well, I never. How very tranquil. There can't be a living, can it, Frankie? I mean, you have to be dead before you make any real money at that game.
With the ones I do, they usually are. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Genuine forgeries?
Let's say in the style of. Forgery is not a word they use a lot.
Frankie, would there be any room for an entrepreneur in this business? You know, someone with a bit of capital behind him? Not short of a few quid?
You serious?
Of course I'm serious, Frank. I'm talking about money. Very serious stuff.
All right, Arthur. What are you doing right now?
£5 for a programme? God, they've got to be into a profit before one of these even comes off the wall.
It's all a con. Look around you. No matter whether the picture's genuine or not, they're all hyping each other. You know, the game's like any other business. It's all down to acquisition, investment, and pure greed. They want to be conned. They con each other, and they con themselves.
Well, business is business, Frankie. I mean, that is what makes the world go round.
That's the beauty of it. They make their own rules in this game. Come on, let's take a wander. I'll tell you about it. The point about art dealing is that it's all down to what they call provenance.
Oh, yeah.
That is, proving whether a picture's authentic. And the dealers call their own tune that. It's their opinion that the punter goes. If they want a picture, they want to be.
Yeah, well, it's the same with motors, isn't it?
Of course it is. In this game, it's a lot easier. Because it's all down to signature. If you don't sign it, it's not fraud.
Frank? What sort of money are we talking about?
Depends on the painter. Anything from £500 to 500,000, if it's a good order. A name they're looking for. We're talking about one of my genuine, one I could put a signature to. 5 or 6 grand.
5 or 6 grand, eh? Tell me more, Frank.
And 6. 6,200. 6,500. That's £6,500 now in advance on 6,500.
Wouldn't do to get a nervous tick out of turn, would it? I'd have to rush out and flog the motor to pay for it.
Doesn't work. You've got to prove your reserve before you're allowed to bid.
2009 bid.
The geezer up there's tuned into what's going on like a laser beam. Otherwise, you could have a couple of hoorays bumping up the price for you.
4,800. At £4,800 now. Advance on 4,800. Lot 27, 19th century hunting scene. Unknown artist, possibly by J.F. Fernley. Bid me 2,005 for this. 2,005 I'm bid. 2,800. 3,000. 3,002. 3,500.
Who are they all, Frankie? I mean, they don't look like your common garden art lover, do they? Not exactly long hair and glasses.
Dealers. From all over the place. Paris, New York. Agents for private buyers. They don't like a lot of publicity in this game. So nobody knows who's buying what for who.
Fine.
Or why when you look at half of it.
5,800.
I can tell you who one of them is right now.
And 6.
Who's that?
Bald-headed geezer, gold rim specs, second row. His name's Rory Quinn. Got a licence to print money down in Fulham. He's a bookie. I think I'll have to get down to some serious research into this game, Frankie. I mean, if Quinn's got his nose in a trough, he's got to be favourite.
Lot 27, 6,500. R. Quinn.
Come on then, I'll give up. What is it? Arthur?
No, Terry, that cost me £7.50.
Unofficial arts review? Art review? What's all that about?
This, my son, is the official form book of the art trade. I do not intend to start laying the odds without a little bit of research behind me.
Arthur, people do not bet on paintings. Not in this country, anyway. Hold on, you're onto a fiddle, aren't you? You're pulling a stroke, aren't you?
For your information, I'm about to make a foray into the artwork. Something a little more aesthetic than used cars and Japanese watches.
Are you saying you're setting yourself up as an art dealer? I don't believe it. You don't know anything about art.
It's all in here, isn't it? Names, dates, stables, starting prices. Yeah, listen to this. Look. Atkinson Grimshaw, Whitby by night. Signed, 1883, on canvas. 19 3/4 by 29 3/4. Auction by Woods. How much?
How the bleed know what I know?
£7 grand. And that is only Atkinson Grimshaw.
Who's he?
Oh, I don't know. But it's not the point, is it? The point is that one of his murky moonlit numbers is currently valued at £7 grand. If I could pick one of them up for a tenner in a junk shop, I'd be well in, wouldn't I?
So that's your new career, is it? Looking for undiscovered Atkinson Grimshaws. Well, listen, good luck, mate. Hope it all works out. And if you ever find any, give us a shout. I'll help you carry them all home.
Oh, it's funny you should say that, Terry. Because I was not going to impose on your free time, but there is a little favour in that direction you could do for me.
Favour? What favour? What do you mean, favour?
It's 10 o'clock, Frank. I brought you some coffee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Listen, Frank, you've got to go this week. I mean, I know you've been good to me, but I think I've returned the favour. You can't doss here forever and no time soon.
I'm working.
Oh, I know what you're working on.
Works of art. Paintings in the manner of, not forgeries.
It doesn't matter. Kevin comes back and finds you. Here you go, man.
Why should he? All I've done is borrow some paints and a few books. I haven't strayed from the couch, have I?
It wouldn't make any difference. You're here and I'm here. That's all he needs. I've told him about you. I've told him it's finished. Wouldn't exactly look like he came back living.
Good while it lasted.
You don't. That was 3 years, Frank. I'm not far.
Why'd you let me stay this time? I didn't exactly twist your arm, did I?
I know. I must be silly, mustn't I? But not that silly. And you've got to go as quick as you can. Please, Frank, don't make any trouble for me.
Bonjour tout le monde. Ici France Inter.
Bonjour tout le monde to you too.
Hello. I was looking for Frank Downing. I was told he lives.
Sure. What do you want?
Well, a friend of mine's bought a painting and I've come to collect. If he sort of lives here, is he sort of in or sort of out? It's all right, I've come to collect a painting, not his national insurance contributions.
He's working. You better come in. Frank, there's someone here for you.
Who is it? What does he want? It's me, Terry. I've come to get Arthur's picture.
Oh, yeah. Hang about. Be with you in a minute.
It's good, isn't it? Bit dated, though.
It will be. When I get the geriatric code on it.
The what?
Did Arthur say anything to you?
No, he just said come and collect a picture. Didn't mention any geriatrics.
No. No, he wouldn't.
There you go.
Right. Tell him I'll be in touch in a couple of days.
No, sorry. Well, I'll see you then. Cheers. Yeah, it's nice, that, isn't it? I want to see what all the fuss was about. Yeah, go treat with all the other stuff you got here.
What do you mean, stuff? What do you know, anyway? Only canvas you ever studied was covered in blood and boxing boots. Oh, it's a very fine piece. Reflective. Mellow.
Fake.
What do you mean, fake? Does that look like a fake to you?
Well, no. No, that don't. But you do.
I beg.
Oh, come on. You're no more an art collector than I am.
Oh, no? What do you think all this stuff is? You're surrounded by very tasteful artefacts. This will blend in very nicely.
I thought I was there, wasn't I? That little setup he's got, he can knock 'em out like ice lollies.
What did Frank say?
We didn't say anything, but I got eyes and a brain, haven't I? All right. Do you know what a geriatric...
Do what?
You should do, you're holding one. Yeah, you see, it's the finish they put on to make 'em look old. Geriatric, cool, blimey, you should know about that, shouldn't you? You see, it's varnish, bit of dust out the hoover, under the sun lamp for a couple of hours, and hey presto, one old Victorian masterpiece, brand.
What you've been doing, watching Open Bloody University?
O-level art forgery. Well, I'll be careful. What? That's how Jesse James got shot. He was a bandit and all, wasn't he? Up a bit. Left a bit.
It's a shame.
What is?
You're a skilled artist, Frank. It's a shame you don't do something of your own instead of forging other people's work.
Yeah. Like painting murals in strip clubs.
You don't have to do that either. You could start by putting as much confidence into something of your own as you do into copying. Or maybe you've got nothing of your own to say. Is that it, Frank?
Now listen, this whole game's a rip-off. You know that as well as I do. Nothing's new. You just can't go any further. And all I'm doing is proving what a rip-off it really is.
It's all just a joke. Frank Downing strikes back. Okay?
Femmes sont toujours les femmes. Et merde pour la différence.
Hi.
Hello again. Well, I do hope this isn't just a coincidence.
Well, not really. I had to come down this way. And Frank told me where he'd met you.
That's the aftershave, isn't it? Oda Strip Club. Oh, it's a killer. Listen, I'll tell you what, I haven't had any breakfast yet, let alone lunch, so I feel like joining me in a bit of egg on toast, bacon, berries.
I picked up with him when I came to college in London. I don't know, there seemed to be something glamorous and exciting about him then. It's not like that now.
So why are you still putting up with him? Well, it's your gaff, isn't it?
I share it with the guy I've been with for a while. Well, he's away, and when I ran to Frank in the Portobello, he was a long way down. Just come out of jail. He was very good to me once, and I really did love him. I felt very safe with the artful dodger.
2 eggs and bacon.
Oh, smash it, thanks a lot. It doesn't matter what you do for a crust, does it? I mean, love and that, it's... But why am I getting all this? Or is it just my animal magnetism?
You know what Frank's doing, so you must be in on it somehow.
Hold on. No, I'm not a crook, if that's what you're trying to tell me.
But Frank told me you work for a man called Arthur. He said Arthur was the craftiest villain in London, so I thought you must be one of the...
A man called Arthur. Oh, dear. Be writing his autobiography next. I'll tell you what, Frank can do the illustrations, can't he? Now, look, I've got no connection with Frank at all. I mean, I can hardly go and tell him to fold up his easel as far as you're concerned, can I? No, I'll work for Arthur. Well, I work with Arthur, really. Throw a bit of muscle about or drive a car. I'm a minder, and that's as far as it goes. Well, half the time, anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, Frank was wrong about me. But he wasn't totally wrong about Arthur.
Lovely.
Interesting, isn't it? Of course, Delaunay is generally regarded as the inventor of Orphic cubism. I wouldn't say this was Orphic in the strictest sense of the term. It does have that fusion with Fauvism that anticipates pure abstract painting.
Yeah. You in a business, sir?
Oh, yes, indeed. I picked that up at an auction in Paris last month. A little out of the mainstream these days, but I like it. Just the same concern with the emotional effect of colour as, well, any of the Impressionists. Don't you think so?
Oh, no, I'm no judge. No, that's why I've come to see you.
Really? Well, if you could tell me what it is you're looking for, I'd be glad to advise you.
Oh, no, I'm not buying. No, what I require is a professional evaluation of a recent acquisition of mine.
I take it you mean a painting?
A painting, yeah. But more your representational, not like all this rubbish, things you've got here, More your horses, cows, chickens. Real painting,
Real painting? I see. Well, now, is it contemporary work?
No, it's not contemporary. Definitely not contemporary. I mean, it's been in the family for years. I only came by it after a recent bereavement. God rest her soul. It was covered in dust when I got it. And I mean, she was out of the ark herself, so it can't be, can it?
An heirloom, eh? Well, these things can sometimes be of value. Mr...
Daly. Arthur Daly. I'm in the entrepreneurial line myself. Property, automobiles, manpower services, that sort of thing. Nothing as specialised as your game. Which is why I've come to...
Yes, of course. Well, perhaps if you could show me the painting itself, Mr. Daly, I might be able to express an opinion for you.
No problem. No problem at all.
The only trouble is, it's the old eternal triangle, isn't it? I mean, if I had a word with Frank, it would just make things stickier.
But what about Arthur? Maybe if I said something to him...
Arthur? No, he's not too receptive to things like that. Not unless there's a few bob in it for him. No, whatever he and Frank are up to, they're up to it together, aren't they? Your best bet is just be straight with your geezer. Honesty is the best policy and all that. Unless you've got something to lie about, and you haven't, have you?
No, I suppose you're right. It's just I've got myself into a silly situation, that's all. Thanks for talking to me. I hope you didn't mind.
It's a pleasure. Well, there you go. Oh, listen. It'll work out. It always does.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, please, don't mention it. It's a pleasure to have an aficionado like yourself in the house, Squire. You see, the trouble with my game is, it's full of, how can I put it, riff-raff. You know what I mean? I mean, there really are times when I cry out for a bit of equal company.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
So, what do you think then?
Interesting. Very interesting. I'd say early Victorian.
Ah, there, that's just what I said. Handed down over the years, and then bunged up in the attic with a rocking horse and forgotten all about.
I think I'd go so far as to say you had a heading here, you know.
Eh?
The artist, Mr. Daly. John Herring. Either him or his son. They were both painters. Pity it's not clearly signed, but no matter. They painted in the same style, and they're both sought after in the Victorian market. Herring Sr. actually did some work for the old biddy herself at one time. Oh, the Americans love it.
Well, I never. A herring, eh? A genuine herring. What funny names they seem to have, don't they?
Yeah. Well, look. We've got initialing here, do you see?
GBH?
JFH, actually. John Frederick. Still doesn't help us as to father or son. Same style, same name. It's a guide to authentication, though.
Is it? So what, you think it would be worth a couple of shillings, eh?
500 or 600, possibly.
Well,
You might get a little more at an auction, of course, but that's an uncertain business without full authentication. If you are thinking of a sale, I'm sure my gallery would be prepared to make you an offer.
I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, I suppose it would help to pay for the funeral. For 500 or 600, you did say?
Well, I think we could offer you something in that region.
I don't know. I mean, what would it be, a family heirloom and all?
Well, if you like to think about it and give me a call.
No. Hang on. You another drink? Terry? Lager?
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what, I'll have a brandy, please.
Why not? Large brand. Nah, stick a bit of ice in it. Put it in an egg cup if you really want to impress him. There you go. One large vodka. One small brandy. Large ice cubes. I don't know why I patronise this place. The innuendo I have to put up with. Me neither. Must be my charisma. You certainly ain't your prices. There you are, Terence, my son. Genuine Napoleon brandy. Matured in the cask.
I bet Josephine didn't have to freeze it to death to make it look like a big one.
What you so touchy for? I bought you a drink.
A drink, yeah. Nah, it's that little artist bird she found me at work. Your friend Frank's sleeping on her sofa, right? Well, her boyfriend's coming home and she doesn't want Frank there when he arrives.
Listen, Terry, don't start getting involved with Soppy Bird's emotional traumas. Frank and me have just made our debut in the fine art world. A reputable gallery has just paid us for that little painting you were slagging off. Cheers.
That's frauded.
No, it is not. It's a fine point of authentication, as we say in the trade. But you wouldn't know nothing about that.
Oh, an art expert now, are we? What's next? Live on stage at Sotheby's?
Well, you can sit there in idleness and mock, my son. I've got business to attend to. Ars longa, Rita brevis. You remember that, Terence.
Jerry? Peter? Just something rather interesting has just... Wow, I bought a painting from some jack-the-lad figure who came in off the street. A fake, but the quality is extreme. I'd be very curious as to where it came from. I mean, if he's got an artist, I'd like to meet him. We could move this stuff by the crateful across the wall. Yeah, name's Daly. Arthur Daly.
You go then.
Went off all right then?
Like a charm. And this is only the beginning, Frank. With your talent and my selling power, we could go into business.
Not that sort of game, Arthur. I'm not that sort of bloke either.
What's that supposed to mean? You're a forger, so keep forging.
No, thanks. You get me a couple of grand for the big one, and I'm off somewhere warm and sunny for a bit.
Look, you do a dozen of them racehorse numbers, you can retire to Torquay. That's warm and sunny.
I told you, Arthur, it's not that sort of game. You do a couple, slip them onto the market and leave it. Change your style. I got to get out anyway. I'm tired of dossing around in this town.
Oh, dear. That young bint of yours, is it?
Not mine, Arthur. Not anymore, anyway.
Where are you going to go?
Morocco, maybe?
Morocco? That's full of Arabs, isn't it? Standing right in their nightshirts getting dysentery. But why don't you hang about here and earn a few quid with me?
Don't worry about me, Arthur. Look, you want to get Quinn to go for that painting? That's fine. Otherwise, I'll knock it out in Brighton.
No, don't talk like that. I'm seeing him today, aren't I?
Makes you so sure he's going to want it.
I've checked up on him. He is mad about pictures of Gigi's. He's got them everywhere. You'll love it.
You ever been to Morocco, Arthur?
No, what? On my stomach?
No, it's Joe, Frank.
Yeah? Rory? An old boy called Arthur to see you.
There we are, Squire. Good luck. See you next year.
Rory, my old son. How are you? Still printing money, I see.
Yeah, I can't grumble, Arthur. Added a couple of shops to the chain since I saw you last. How's yourself?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Can we talk?
Give us a moment, would you, Joe? Yeah. Sit down, Arthur. What's on your mind?
Well, the thing is, Rory, I've been branching out a bit lately. You know, wider spectrum of business interests.
Oh, yeah. You always was a bit of a dabbler, Arthur. What's it this time? Second-hand light bulbs?
No, nothing like that, Rory. No, strictly upmarket this time. It's what you might call an investment in the aesthetic realm. Works of art. And when this particular piece came up, you sprang to mind immediately.
Did I now? Why was that?
Well, delicate, Rory. Delicate. I mean, normally, I would have utilised my affiliation with a gallery that I did. But this one is not for the open market. More for your private collector. You know, someone like yourself.
You mean it's nicked?
Yeah, well, not to put too fine a point on it, yeah.
What is it?
That is the beauty of it, Rory. Right up your street. Winner of the 1821 St. Ledger. It is a masterpiece. It makes you want to reach out and give it a sugar lump.
You're telling me you got a John Herring?
There you are. One connoisseur to another. How did you guess?
I guess it ain't in it, Arthur. You painted 33 St. Ledger winners. I got 2 of them myself.
Rory, I don't know what to say. I mean, you only need one, you got the treble up. I mean, for your eyes only, but that is the whole frisson of collecting, isn't it? You only need 30 and you've got a complete set.
Where'd you get this little item from, Arthur? Paintings don't fall off the back of lorries.
No. As I understand it was a furniture removals van. You know, one of them firms that pops in while you're in Barbados. Oh, no comeback on it, stand on me. And they are anxious to make a sale. All you have to do is give it a nod. What do you say?
All right. Bring it round. If it's what you say it is, we'll talk money.
My pleasure, Rory. My pleasure. All right this evening?
Hello? Kevin! Hello, darling. Where are you? Oh, great! Will you be home today? Yes, of course. Hey, listen.
Over here in Sood's corner, darling, please. If you'd like to pander to the needs of a far-from penniless artist and look after my young friends here. Lager, bitter.
So, when Mary got back, she asked me if I'd go along next time for his friend. And I said, you must be joking, like great fat American. And she said, he's not that fat and he is in oil. So I said he'd have to be, wouldn't he, to get into his clothes.
And large ones, please, darling. Make the most of it. Might be the last time.
Terry?
Yeah? Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Who's the big spender then?
Oh, he's an artist. A friend of Arthur's.
Is he famous?
Not for his own work, no. Look, don't worry about it. Now, what were you talking about?
I can't remember now.
I suppose conversation's not your greatest asset, is it?
Thanks very much.
No, well, I'm no great talker myself when you get down to it. No wicket for the peaceful, is there? All right. All right. Come on, Benny. I might have known it was you. What do you want?
Would you want? Is that any way to address your guide and mentor, Terence? Hey, I didn't get you out of the bath, did I?
No, not out of bath. Listen, I'm a bit busy as it happens, so do you want to come back later?
Well, no, I'm here now, aren't I? What do you mean, busy?
Well, it's,
What you doing?
Come on, Terry, I've got to be at work.
This hour and in daylight. Have you got no sense of propriety?
Haven't put licensing hours on it yet, have they? Anyway, what's it to you?
Well, if this is how the underemployed spend their time, I'm not surprised it's all going down the drain. Shouldn't think you've got the strength to do an honest day's work left, have you?
You'd know about an honest day's work, wouldn't you?
I've seen her before, haven't I?
Well, most of her, yeah. She works down the club.
Anyway, I've got a job for you. If you can tear yourself away from your rampant sex life to worry about little things like paying the rent.
Yeah, all right, what is it then? I suppose it's not getting your mate Picasso off the floor from the Dolphin, is it?
No, eh? What, Frank? What about it?
Well, I saw him there this afternoon. Well, square.
Oh, that is lovely, isn't it? That's all I need for a workforce. Strippers gigolo and a drunken superannuated beatnik. Where is he now?
Well, I'm not his minder. Why should I care?
Because I have set up a deal with Rory Quinn. We've got to take Frank's picture round to Quinn's gaff this evening.
Oh, have we? So that's the job, is it? Saving your neck from Quinn while you stitch him up? Nah, leave me out. I think I'll go back to bed.
No, it's not like that, Terry. Look, it's just a question of delivery and collection. Deliver the picture, collect the cash. You heard what she said. She's got to go back to work. I mean, look. What is 5 minutes unbridled lust against 20 notes in your... Be sensible.
All right, be good. 50.
Do what? For riding round for a couple of hours in my car? Don't be silly.
No.
All right. 50.
25 up front.
Oh, God. You'll pauperise me.
I doubt that very much, Arthur. Thank you. Well, I better get some gear on, hadn't I?
Please do.
Oh, it's going to take a few minutes, like, so, well, you might as well wait in the car.
No, I'm fine here, I'm fine.
No, you'd be better off in the car.
No, I'm all right. I'll have a cigar.
No, I hate you smoking in the flat.
Well, I'll make a cup of coffee.
Yeah, have a log.
No, I don't like lager.
No, drink that, guys.
Bon, where are you? Hello, sweetheart. Come and have a drink. Frank's in the money again.
Yeah, I can see that. Then what, Frank?
Don't stop. Now listen, I've got a real wedge coming today. This is nothing. Why don't we just take off? Just you and me. We did it before.
Listen to me, Frank. You've got to go now. Kevin's just phoned. He could be back any time.
Fous de ton Kevin, je m'en fiche de... I'm talking about us. We can go to Spain. Morocco. Turkey.
Get it into your brain, will you, Frank? It is finished. I was stupid to let you come here in the first place. Now, for God's sake, just get your things and go.
Just had for that paint. Guess how?
I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. You've got money, you've got friends, so just leave me alone. I don't want you. I don't even like you anymore. Can't you see that, you stupid, selfish old man?
Yeah, I suppose. Just...
Please, Frank, just go. I'm so...
You're sulking, aren't you? Because of that bird, eh? Tell you what, I reckon you're jealous.
Don't talk ridiculous. Just bear in mind I am not your tart's taxi service, eh?
She had to get to work, didn't she? And you wanted me on the job, didn't you? Or off it, depending how you look at it.
Monica!
Kevin.
Hello, darling.
Don't worry. I'm on my way out.
It's all right, Kevin. Frank's just been staying here a few days.
Oh, really? For old time's sake, I suppose. Look, I just told you, don't worry about it. I've just been doing a bit of work, that's all. And now I'm leaving.
Yeah, so I see. What's up? Have I come back here 10 minutes too early? Or is there a queue round here I'm supposed to join?
Take it easy.
Stop it! For God's sake, stop them! Stop them!
I had a feeling something like this would happen. I don't listen to myself. All right, lads, come on. Oh, wait, come on. Ooh. I said that's enough.
Do something, whoever you are!
Right? No, don't worry, love, I'm in the trade. My boy will look after these. Watch it. Just get this out of the way, back soon.
Oi, turn it in, will you?
For God's sake, Kevin, you're so silly!
It makes four of us, doesn't it?
Just get him out of here, will you? Get him out!
Well, Mr. Daly, another of Grandma's dusty heirlooms.
Hey? What's this? What are you doing here?
Much the same as you, except that Mr. Downing has accepted my offer for his work rather than yours.
Do what?
He's really very good, you know. I've already covered my investment on the last one, and this one sounds even better.
Yeah, get off these hands.
Do you mind if
I... Terry, I'm being robbed!
Ah, Mr. Downing.
Yeah, you get in a car. You're enough trouble as it is. All right, come on, what's all this about then?
I have an arrangement with Mr. Downing over that picture.
No, I think you'll find it's first come, first served. You see, Mr. Downing had a prior arrangement with us.
Let's not make it unpleasant, shall we?
No, quite right. Let's not make it unpleasant, eh? That weren't too unpleasant, was it?
Jerry! You were pathetic. Did you know that?
I'm mortified, Frankie. I truly am. Going behind my back like that.
Wasn't like that, Arthur. Done some checking on you. And he came up to me in the pub and I told him he could have a look at it.
Done some checking? And what about the law?
No chance, Arthur. He's as crooked as you are.
Oh, that's a relief, isn't it? At least you're all bent in this business.
How about Quinn, Arthur? Is it game?
Oh, no trouble. We'll drop you off at Terry's place, then we'll go on round and do the business.
Excuse me, do I have a say in this? I do live there, you know.
For goodness sake, Terry, be a little charitable. You've just given a man a mild pounding. Least you can do is offer him somewhere to recover his wits. Now, don't start yapping and spoil everything with your lack of expertise on this. Will
What you mean, don't tell him it's a forgery?
There you are. You see, you've started already. Have I said anything about the forgery? And don't forget who is paying you 50 quid for this.
Not a bad day's work, is it? Oi, what date was this supposed to be painted?
Never mind about the date. Just bring it.
Arthur, I think you better have a look at this.
You worry about fly-by-night strippers, I'll worry about the business. Shut up. All right. There you are. I mean, it looks so at home, doesn't it? I mean, that could have been painted for you, Rory. Of course, it's not Orphic in the strict sense of the term, but, I mean, it's got a confusion of energetic emotions, and it predates it from the other lot. That was half the reason I thought of you when I first saw it. Rory will appreciate the tonal qualities of this work, I said to myself. And that was without being aware of your fondness for the equine subject. That's why he's so sought after in America. They cannot get enough of him over there.
They're very fond of horses over there, aren't they? You know, the Wild West, all that sort of stuff. Bandit country, innit?
No, I like it. I like it very much.
Well, at 5, that's got to be a bargain, Rory. I mean, Christie's knocked one out about 12 months ago for 5.8. Well, you reckon with what? Inflation and all that.
You're looking at 8 grand's worth of light and shade hanging on the wall.
All right, Arthur. Done. Just hang on here a minute.
Yeah, of course.
I don't suppose...
No, just don't say a word. You talking about lucky? What you witnessed last night was the art of the entrepreneur in full bloom. I mean, Frank's got his 2 grand to go and play Lawrence of Arabia. Quinn's drooling over a new Gigi on his wall. And I made more money than you'll see in 6 months. Now, luck had nothing to do with it, my son. Consummate skill, that's what it was.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up my financial status, because you owe me 25.
All right. I'm not going to leave the country, am I?
Well, Frank has, hasn't he? And you might well when Quinn discovers the deliberate mistake in his 150-year-old masterpiece.
Mistake? What deliberate mistake?
Don't keep on, it's done, innit?
Yeah, but why didn't you say something? Instead of just standing there, you let me walk right into it.
Couldn't, could I? You kept telling me to keep quiet.
That is beside the point. You're supposed to be looking after my interests. I mean, what am I going to do? He'll tear me to bits when he finds out.
You'll just have to give him the money back, won't you?
Eh?
You'll tell him it was an artistic oversight on your part. Yeah, you can tell him now.
Oh, my God. You hold him off, Terry. I'll go out this way.
No, I don't think so, Arthur.
Eh?
You tell him.
Rory, how about that? Just on my way over to see you. Wasn't I, Terry?
Yes, you were, Arthur.
We can leave you out of this, McCann. It's up to you.
No, I don't think so. Looks a bit one-sided to me.
We've both been victimised, Rory. I swear to you, I'm as innocent as you are. The trouble is, the guilty party's already flown.
Where's my money, Arthur?
I haven't got it. That's what I'm saying, isn't it?
Terry!
Come on, Terry! Give him the money! Do what? Just give him the money now!
All right, that's enough.
You might find that's a bit light, Rory. But Arthur will split the difference with you. Won't you, Arthur?
Oh, yeah. It's only fair, isn't it? Very fair-minded, my Terry.
See, the other fella is abroad at the moment, so you're both going to have to put it down to artistic licence, aren't you?
I mean, it's not a bad picture.
No. Even with the Timex.
Yeah, all right, I'll buy that. You're a useful fellow, McCann. Any time you feel you're wasted on that tow rag, just let us know.
I might just do that.
Eyes open, gentlemen.
You would you? Terry? Partners. We're a team. I mean, think of all I've done for you. Flat, car, regular employment, no worries, shoulder to lean on when you want it. I mean, think about it.
Do you know what I think?
What?
I think you're like the Mona Lisa. Bleeding...
Man was well pleased, Terry, well pleased. Wants to know if you do the same next week.
Well, for that, I had to have 3 fights in that Kazi disco. Had all my ribs kicked in one of them.
Right, those are the natural risks of your chosen profession, my son. Oh. You wouldn't be getting blows in your vulnerable regions if you kept in shape a bit more. I mean, when did you last have a workout in the gym?
About a week ago.
There you are, you see? That is just what I'm talking about. I mean, for a geezer in your line of work, that is not a good thing. Tell him, Dave.
That is not a good thing.
See, man knows. Now ask yourself, what is your only asset?
I can still pull a bird.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
Your body, Terry, your body. Look after that, and it will look after you.
And you, Arthur. And you.
There's no need to take that attitude, Terry. It is true, I am a businessman, and you are a kind of investment, but I am also your friend and provider. Don't forget that little item.
Yeah, you're a million to remind me if I do, aren't you?
Now, all I'm saying is, you only take out of life what you put into it, plus a little extra if you can find a few mugs.
I wish everyone had your sense of humanity, Arthur.
George.
Hello, Arthur. What you up to these days?
Don't thank me till you've tried it on. Large vodka slim, mate.
Okay, folks, let's have a bit of hush. Bringing to you lovely entertainment every lunchtime. Beautiful girls and beautiful entertainment. Thank you very much.
Well. That isn't fly by Arthur.
Hello, John. How are you? No, don't tell me. Large scotch, no water. Am I right?
Yeah. Nice of you to remember.
How could I forget after the last drink we had together? Well, how's your noble profession? You still at it with the local rag?
Yeah, still at it.
I thought you were going to turn it in. Write a book or something, as I recall.
Yeah. Me and every other bloody hack. This place has changed.
Sign of the times, John. Moral turpitude, lowering of values.
Don't say it, Arthur.
I was saying to her indoors the other day, she wanted to go to the flicks.
Flick?
I mean, what is there a decent man can take his family to see these days? I mean, let's get it up with Swedish subtitles. That is hardly a cultural viewing, is it?
Bread and circuses, that is all the great unwashed one. Who can blame them? Do you know that real lassie over there?
What?
Stripper. Trying to get your attention.
I tell you, I am here in a line of business. A business which I might add could do you a favour. Enhance your image as a man of letters.
Yeah? What's that then?
Don't go away. The man's got Savile Row on his back and he says not bad. Tell him, will you?
Yeah, terrific, Arthur.
And at 40 songs a go, that is a steal.
40 quid? Oh, it's a nice jacket, Arthur.
Did I say 40 to you? Sean, I wouldn't dream of it. What, earn out of a pal? Now look, I tell you what. They stand me in 30 sobs a lump. I'll let you have it for 35.
I don't know. It's...
Oh, go on then, have it at cost price. Buy me a large vodka. I can't say better than that, can I?
A one-off original, eh, Arthur?
Original cut, I said, George. Original cut.
What's the matter then, Arthur? Don't you want to know me when I'm out?
Will do. Jones!
Get down to records, pull the docket on one Michael Andrew Dixon and bring it here.
Right.
Michael Andrew Dixon?
Isn't he that?
That's right. Mickey Dixon. Better known to one and all as Mad Mickey.
But I thought he was tucked up, doing plenty of porridge.
Supposed to be, yeah. Only now he isn't. He had it on his toes from Chelmsford Nick this morning.
Oh, lovely. The press will have a field day.
Why me?
Hello, Deb.
What? Mickey!
Bet you didn't expect to see me, eh?
What you doing here?
Just made one from the Nick, ain't I?
No.
I was hoping you still lived here. Do you mind if I come in?
He's a big gun, isn't he, Gov? And handsy with it. He only started off with a 5, you know. Then added another 15 in various lumps for battering screws in a boo. He ended up with an indefinite on Her Majesty's.
Nice geezer. Knew him pretty well, didn't you?
Yeah, as wicked as some would have it. Bit simple, really. Always getting used by faces to do their hammering for them.
Still, as a dot on the card, he won't want to come quietly. If we try and feel his collar.
Well, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, get onto the Nick, get the details on his letter sheet and who's visited. Well, it'll give us somewhere to look for starters.
Listen, I know I've sprung it on you a bit, but...
A bit? For goodness sake, Mickey, every bleeding cop in England will be out looking for you.
I'm sorry, Deb. I didn't know where else to go. It's hard to know who you can trust on the out these days from what I can make out. Grass is knee-deep, isn't it?
Oh, Mickey.
Look, all I want's a place to flop for a few days until I get things sorted out, eh?
Oh, Mickey.
I'll go. I wouldn't want to get you into any sort of...
No. No, hang on. I just need time to adjust. You hungry?
Starving.
Egg and bacon?
Terrific.
Had it away? Mickey?
In Chelmsford this morning. Knew him quite well, didn't you?
Well, years ago when we were both fighting, yeah.
So you haven't been in touch with him since he's been away?
Come on, Mr. Chisholm, you know as well as I do. I wrote to him a couple of times, even went to visit him. That was 5 or 6 years ago.
Word of advice, Terry. You'll be looking for somewhere to hole up. Don't let me find him at your flat, because the facilities for training just aren't the same in the Nick. You take my meaning.
I heard you were doing all right. You know, settling down and that.
No, well, they kept putting me on a promise, didn't they?
Promise?
Yeah, about the release date, you know. Well, I stood it, didn't I? Last couple of years. Didn't give no ag. I ain't going back until I've got a definite and reasonable release date, Deb. I ain't. I'll kill anybody who tries to make me.
That ain't very clever, is it, Mickey? I mean, there's hundreds of them out there, thousands. Coppers, Army, God knows who. Well, you can't kill them all. And you'll be an idiot even to think of hurting anyone in your position. And they'd definitely throw away the key.
I've got this idea, haven't I, Deb? Geezer and the shovel give it me.
What idea?
Gotta make a protest, don't I? Gotta write letters to the newspapers, telling them what liberties have been taken with me. Could demand a, inquiry like.
Just like that?
Well, I ain't the lunatic they make out, Deb. I've been Geezer told me the word,
Represented. Misrepresented.
Yeah, misrepresented in the papers and that.
And you think, if you tell them that, they're going to be more sympathetic to you?
Gotta try, ain't I, Deb? Gotta try.
Hello, Queenie.
What do you want?
Just want to have a word with Freddie, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I do.
Come on, love. If it's Motors here, he is.
He's having something to eat with some friends and don't want to be disturbed.
Don't be awkward, Queenie. I could get a warrant.
Who is it, Mum?
You finish your meal. He don't eat proper as it is, not with you lot harassing him all the time.
Why, Mr. Chisholm? What's all this then? You go inside, Mum. I'll handle this. Now go on, there's a good girl. Some problem, is there?
Friend of yours had it away from Chelmsford Nick this morning, Freddie. Mickey Dixon. It's possible he could have reached London by now.
Oh, no, Mickey wouldn't come here. It'd upset my mum, and that'd upset me.
Well, you won't mind if we take a look then, will you?
Sorry to bother you with it, Terry, except I didn't know how else to handle it.
At your place? But I've already been pulled by the old Bill down to him. I don't think I should get involved.
Well, I didn't know who else to ask. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Look, Deb, if you're asking me to sling him out, forget it. I mean, apart from the fact he could break me in half, I happen to like the geezer. There's a right tasty heavyweight. Till that slag Freddie Baker started managing him. Well, I didn't even know you knew him.
Oh, it was before I met you. I was only a kid at the time myself. 2 kids together. Only I grew up. Oh, I like him. I feel sorry for him. You understand?
Yeah, I understand, yeah. Listen, do you prefer doing this to the clubs?
Well, money's nearly as good. I can do 2, sometimes 3 pubs a day. Oh, will you have a word with him, Tel?
Yeah, I'll have a word with him, yeah. But I ain't gonna ask him to give himself up.
Satisfied?
I will be when we collar Mickey Dixon. So if you don't want any distress, don't you go giving him a bit of help if he comes asking for it, Freddie.
Nobody gives me distress, Mr. Chisholm. Least of all the Mickeys of this world.
You'll be all right, Freddie. Your day will come.
Mick, Sal, good to see you again, mate. Really good. How are you keeping? All right?
Well, ducking and diving.
We're still doing a bit, eh?
No, I'll give that all up. Too much like hard work.
Yeah, well, I still kept myself in shape in hotel. Worked out every day, never missed. Even on chokey. And in a box.
Listen, Mick.
I gave up trying to put the jacket on. I used to bust them. They took liberties, Tel.
I told Terry what you planned, Mickey. Thought he might be able to give you a bit of advice.
Yeah. Good, innit? What do you think, Tel?
Well, the point is, the old Bill already think you're on the manor. I was telling Deb. They give me a tug this morning just because I knew you.
Nah, already?
Yeah. So they're going to go around visiting all your old friends and acquaintances, aren't they? Including Debbie.
No, not here, Tel. Nobody knows about me and Deb. I ain't that daft.
Are you sure? I mean, didn't you ever visit him or write to him when he was in Nick?
No.
Oh, well, that's something at least. And that's the first lot they're going to check up, innit?
Well, I'll be all right here. I mean, Deb said I can stay until I get things sorted, didn't you, Deb?
You can't stay here forever. And you can hardly start walking the streets, can you? I mean, you ain't exactly hard to miss.
It's only till I get a release date, Tel. And then if it's fair, I'll put my hands up.
Look, I wouldn't rely on that too heavily, mate. The authorities have already got the bang needle because of the escape, haven't they? Look, I don't know, well, maybe you ought to think about getting out of the country for a bit.
That's a good idea, Tel. With you and Deb around to help me out, it's bound to work out, innit?
You seen that?
Yeah.
You knew him quite well, didn't you?
Well, we're on the same boxing circuit, yeah. Listen, I've got to have a word with you. Can we go outside for a minute?
Outside? Well, what's wrong with in here?
Yeah, what's wrong with in here?
Well, nothing. No, well, it doesn't matter, don't it?
Well, you can say what you have to say in front of Dave. He's one of our own.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe it's private, Oliver.
Private? What's private? Boy's life's an open book. He's got no right to be private with us.
Ain't he?
What is the matter with you?
What do you have to mention it for?
Mention what? I haven't said a word.
Look, are you coming outside or what?
Yeah, if it's that important to you, Terry. Have you ever known me turn down a request from a friend?
And provider?
Dear, dear.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Deb. Appreciate it.
Mickey, don't you think...
What?
Doesn't matter. Fancy a coffee?
I fancy you, Deb.
I'll make the coffee.
You some sort of crank or something? I mean, have you lost all control? I mean, the man is a loon. The police force of the entire country's searching for him. Probably the armed forces too, I shouldn't
I'm
wonder.
not harbouring him. Debbie is.
Debbie? Is that bird of yours who does the...
Yeah. No, he's an old mate. give him a leg up.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
He's going to need money, isn't he? And maybe a passport. I thought you could help.
Money? Passport? Terry? You are talking about a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice.
It's never worried you before, has it?
Oh, nevertheless, I must draw the line somewhere. This is very dodgy, Terry. I mean, I am not a prison sort of person. I wouldn't like it. I would suffer considerable mental stress.
You wouldn't be saying all this if there was a few bob involved, would you?
That is a gross assessment of my generous character, Terence. I am a practical and realistic man, that's all. Do you think there could be an earner in it?
Well, yeah, I suppose you could sell the story to the Sunday papers or something.
Oh, that's not such a bad idea after all.
Are you joking?
No, listen, you could do the boy a right favour. You know, personal interviews like they done with Bigsy and Richardson and all that lot. I mean, the papers pay good dough for that sort of thing. No. I would only want my handling fee.
Goodbye, Arthur.
No, Terry, now listen. Listen, you want to help the boy, right?
Yeah.
Well, it takes capital to keep out of the long arm of the law, you know that. Now, can you think of a better way for your pal to make that sort of money without hitting someone on the head? No, of course you can't. Come on, have another drink. Come on, it's your round.
See how this sounds now. Sir, I had it away from Chelmsford Prison in order to...
Hold on. Escape to be better than had it away, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. More proper, like, you mean?
Yeah.
Escaped. Right. Sir, I escaped from Chelmsford Prison in order to bring to the attention my diabolical situation.
I don't know about diabolical.
Well, it is diabolical, isn't it?
Yeah, but what Terry means is that you have to word these things in the right sort of terms, less, well, provoke.
Yeah, sort of diplomatic, you know.
Oh.
Why not put unhappy situation?
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Right. I'm happy. Bring the attention my unhappy situation. Full stop.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, what I'm after is a possible date of release. Shall I underline that bit?
No, I wouldn't, no.
From the age of 10, because I've got no family, I've been locked away in some institution or other under this or that act, and I don't think it's fair, sir. I am not a sex maniac, nor a murderer, nor am I not a danger to the public like what they say. I have been more than punished for what I did. Yours sincerely, Mickey Dixon.
If he doesn't want to come quietly, we don't argue. We simply let him do a tosy. Of course, our report will say that we did our best to restrain him. And it can question the fact that we failed. Heroically, of course. Of course. And if asked why we didn't request backup, we were simply making routine inquiries when, much to our surprise, etc., etc.
What's the point?
The point, Jones, is that this way we're seen to be doing our duty with a lot less chance of getting hurt.
Don't get you.
Well, he's not going to feel unduly threatened with just the two of us fronting him because he knows he can walk right through us. But if he feels threatened, like any other animal, he's likely to get violent. And personally, I don't want to be around when he does. And I know you don't, right?
Right.
Heroics are for mugs and wallies.
You took your bloody time, didn't you? Has your noble profession stagnated to such an extent that not even the word scoop can spur you to enthusiasm?
For God's sake, Arthur, what the hell is all this about?
Shush. You can't be too careful.
What sort of bloody no man's land is this to me? Can we not go to the pub for a wee drink?
Too many years, John, too many years. If you're thirsty, stick your beak in there.
Arthur, it's a drink I want, not a bath.
Come on, let's walk. Jacket looks tasty.
Oh, for God's sake, Arthur, what is this? Have you found Martin Bormann camping in Shepherd's Bush Green or something?
Pay a lot of money for a story like that, would they? The papers?
You're not serious.
Not Martin Bormann, no, but another notorious criminal at large. For example, one Mickey Dixon.
58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Just having a workout. Postal letters.
Yeah, up west. This should last us a couple of days. Well, maybe.
Here, I was trying something when you were out. See what you think, eh?
Amazing.
Look, what we are talking about is an interview with one of the country's most wanted. I mean, any of the nationals would name a five-figure sum for that kind of exclusive. They'd have to.
It's another of your wee hustles, Arthur. Do you really know where Dixon is?
Look, let us say I know a man who knows a man who can make the arrangements.
What are you telling me for? I'm only a local hack.
You are a friend, John. Look, what we have here is a very sensitive situation which has got to be handled with the utmost circumcision. Now, what I need is someone I can trust with contacts in Fleet Street who will not betray a confidence, i.e. keep my name out of it.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
Push off!
This has got to be a waste of time, Gav. Who's next on that list? Bernie B2. I can't see him getting involved, but we'll give him a tug.
Well, I can see it now, John. 2-page spread. No, 4. Exclusive. My own story by Mad Mickey, as told at that intrepid reporter, John Anker. I mean, think where it might lead, John. Your own column on The Guardian. Look, what you want to do is play up the beast at bay angle. No, don't do that. You might not appreciate that.
Arthur, I'm not interested.
Not interested?
It's nothing personal, Arthur. It's not a bad story, I'll give you that. It's just that I'm too old for ambition and I'm too young to retire. I'm quite happy just to coast along in the court reports and the local gossip. I do not want any more pressure.
I do not believe I'm hearing this. I mean, you're younger than me. Well, almost. And I'm offering you the scoop of the decade. Probably the century, and you are not interested.
Arthur. Give this guy a ring. He's a good reporter.
I'll pay you back, Deb. I'll get hold of some dough somehow and I'll pay you back.
What for?
Well, for food and drink. Put me up in that.
I don't want any money from you, Mickey. That's always been your problem.
What?
Doing people favours. You wouldn't be in the spot you're in now if you weren't so keen on doing people favours.
Don't know what you mean.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I can't see nothing wrong in doing a good turn for mates.
Yeah, nice mates. Mates who buy you a drink, tell you what a terrific bloke you are, then ask you to beat someone up because it's easier than doing it themselves.
It ain't like that.
It is like that, Mickey, and it's about time you realised it. And for what? To be one of the chaps?
Leave off, Deb.
Oh, Mickey, you're a right bloody innocent. Do you know that?
Something in for you?
Keep it down. We don't want the whole world to know.
I thought that's exactly what you're planning.
Oh, don't start that again. Look, if you want to help the boy, this is the only way.
I don't know so much.
Look, Terry, have I achieved eminence and respect on the manor by being a mug? No, I haven't. Now, look, I've got to meet with a top journalist, #1 man in Fleet Street. I don't mess with a second division, Terry, you know that.
I'll have a look. It's Cheerful Charlie.
Tell Bill.
Well, that's the way it goes. That's the news tonight. Good night.
I told you before, I haven't seen him for at least 5 years, right? I certainly haven't heard anything since I last saw you.
Yeah, well, thing is, Terry, we have information now that a lorry driver dropped him off, quite near your place.
Well, it is his manor, isn't it? It's only logical he should turn up there sometime or other, isn't it?
Yeah, more than likely. Of course, I never knew the man personally. I believe he was quite tasty at the boxing game. Misdirected talent. Very sad, very sad.
It'll be very sad for someone if he's not captured soon.
This is true. Someone like that on the loose, not safe to walk the streets.
Get you and your colleague another drink, Sarge. It's down to me, of course.
Come on.
Well, you're in such a generous mood, Dave. I'll have a large vodka and semi.
Not that generous, are we?
Don't worry, Terry.
Don't worry, you ain't on a suspended.
Look, they're just groping around. It's routine. No sweat.
Hello, Arthur. Terry.
Oh, hello, Freddie. How's it going?
Wasn't it the old Bill I just saw making themselves busy?
Yeah. Sad, isn't it? Even the filth don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, it was, Freddie.
Still buzzing around looking for Mickey, I suppose.
Mickey?
Oh, I thought you liked to read the papers, Arthur.
Oh, that Mickey, Mad Mickey. Oh, yeah, I believe they did say something about it. Personally, I never knew the man. Didn't you used to manage him?
Ruin him, you mean?
That's right, Arthur. Well, let's hope they don't get any joy. The boy gets a little taste of freedom. Hey, Terry?
What do you want to take that attitude for? You know the man's a lunatic.
The man is a no-good ponce. He's a wrong 'un. Now, get another drink. Is everything all right?
Yeah, sure.
Have me worried then for a minute.
What's your tell?
Sleep well?
Terrific.
Good.
Just gonna make a coffee.
Your letter seems popular.
Yeah?
Look at that front page.
The slags! They're still calling me Mad Mickey, look!
Yeah, well, it sells papers, doesn't it? I did try to tell you. What? Well, you're wasting your time with that approach. Still, there's one here that's a bit sympathetic.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dixon's request for understanding. Look, the reason I came round was to tell you that a pal of mine's had an idea.
Now, let me get this right, Mr. Daly.
Arthur, please, call me Arthur.
OK, Arthur. You're saying, for a price, you can make contact with Dixon and arrange for me to interview him exclusively, right?
In a nutshell, John. In a nutshell.
And presumably you know the law on this sort of thing.
Well, I'm not exactly conversant with a small print. I'm more acting like a middleman. I'm what you might call a bipartisan agent.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more of the law as it affects me and my newspaper.
Ah.
What's he like, this pal of yours?
Arthur? Well, he's sound enough. Does have this tendency to go over the top.
Yeah, well over.
He won't get me nicked, will he?
No, I wouldn't do that. Not on purpose, anyway.
No. But the thing is, if he can organise it to both our advantage, well, it ain't a bad plan, is it? I mean, it's a great way of getting hold of some going-away money without getting involved in villainy. But, Mick, it's your decision.
Yeah. Now, let's just say for the minute that I am interested, and that I can get my editor interested. Now, there's a number of things we have to establish. That's forgetting the legal arguments for now.
Oh, of course, John, of course.
And the first is, and no disrespect intended, Arthur, but I don't know you from a bar of soap. Oh, Jimmy. Arthur.
Oh, Tom.
And we have hoax situations on the street every day.
Hoax? Oh, no, I'm well respected, John. Very well respected. My word is my bond. Ask anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But nevertheless, I have to make sure.
I mean, after all, it was one of your noble calling who stuck me into you. Oh, but that is arranged for me to make contact with you. Man?
Certainly.
I mean, Johnny Anchor is one of your own. I mean, he'll vouch for my credentials. Now, I understand your caution, John, but stand on me, this is kosher.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, Arthur, but my editor's a bit of a sceptic. Now, he's going to want proof that you know where Dixon is. That's without you actually telling us, if you take my meaning.
Well, no, I don't quite...
Well, I mean, if we actually know precisely where he is, we are then bound by law to inform the police. And none of us want that now, do we?
Definitely not. No, the body in question would not appreciate that at all. Yeah, but how are you going to interview him?
Look, there's ways round these things, Arthur. I shouldn't have to tell you that. But first, we must establish for my editor that you do have access to Dixon.
No problem. I'll get him to ring you.
No, I'm afraid that won't do. Voice on the telephone could be anybody. But now, pictures, say of him holding today's newspaper or tomorrow's, now that would help. Or better yet, a video.
Video?
It's a good job Debbie ain't here. She'd go bleeding spare.
Why, he's standing against the wall, and it could be anybody's flat.
Where'd you get all this gear, anyway?
I hired it, didn't I? At considerable expense, I might say.
Well, how do you want me to hold it, Arthur?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Dixon. Just so as I can see it. Hold it up a bit, Up. No, down. Well, that's it, there. Lovely. That's it.
What about the sound?
The what?
The sound. I mean, if he's talking, presumably you want to hear it, don't
Terry,
you?
Please, look, Mr. Dixon and me have got to concentrate. This is highly technical equipment with which I am fully cognisant.
Well, what am I supposed to say?
Well, you know, it's just...
Action!
Action?
Oh, cut it.
Cut what?
Stop the thing.
Well, what do you think?
You talk to the man. What do you think?
Well, it could be a goer.
So far, I've checked his car registration, his home address, and his credit rating. His credit rating's a bit dicey, but then it would be with a character like Call Me Arthur.
If there is anything in it, I don't have to tell you. We need to go careful.
Yeah, well, there is someone I know off his territory who's bound to know the full strength on him.
What sort of money is he talking about?
Telephone numbers.
Huh. Offer him 500 up front. If he proves to your satisfaction, he's in a position to give us an exclusive with Dixon. Put him in promised land for the rest, and we'll see how we go from there.
Right.
That jacket's a bit sudden, isn't it?
Yeah. So's Arthur Daly.
This could be your ticket to freedom, Mr. Dixon. Stand on me.
What about the money?
Maximum publicity. Your own story, in your own words.
Arthur, the money.
2, minimum 4 pages in your actual national newspaper. Top journalist sympathetic to your case. I mean, who knows? This could lead to a Queen's pardon.
Oh, that'll be right handy, Arthur.
Arthur, the money and the arrangements.
More than right handy, Mr. Dixon. More than right handy.
Oh, listen. You're not going anywhere with that tape until you've told us about the money and what arrangements you've made. And I mean it.
Terry, what is the matter with you? Excuse me. Look, negotiations are in progress, but nothing can be settled until my friend in Fleet Street has bona fide evidence for his editor of Mr. Dixon's availability through my good offices. And that means this.
Your friend in Fleet Street is a total stranger who could be setting Mickey up. And you.
Terry, I'm surprised. How long have you known me? What am I, some sort of a mug? Do you think I'll put that boy's liberty on offer? Sorry.
Ah, the geezer's a mug, John. Lives in the past. Chances are he's just trying to corner you for a few quid.
So you think I ought to leave it out?
No. I mean, it's possible. He knows enough faces. He's got a lemon on the firm that used to be a pal of Mickey's. Could be right.
Well, thanks anyway, Freddie. I appreciate that. And, suit yourself.
Oh, no, John. Please.
We come from the same street.
Don't insult me. Your mum and my mum, they still go to bingo together.
All right, Freddie. Well, thanks.
I tell you what, see what the bold Arthur comes up with and get in touch. Maybe you and me can sort out something together.
All right.
Yeah, well, it's like what I put in the letter, isn't it? It's all been a distortion of the facts. And I just want an opportunity to put my side of things for a change. Tell it like it is, you know. I've been treated very unfairly by the authorities. Been treated very unfairly by the authorities. And I'm not mad. And I don't want to spend the rest of my life dug up in prison and die there an old man without the chance. Well, that's all I've got to say for now. Is that all right?
That's very good, Arthur. That's very good. Thank you very much. I think perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. Naturally, any financial arrangement will have to be negotiated through my editor and must remain strictly confidential. Say no more, John, say no more. Now, of course, there is a little matter of upfront expenses, which have been and will be incurred. Yes, and I have been authorised to give you 500 now, with whatever figure is agreed upon at the appropriate time. That seems very fair, John, very fair. Of course, you realise I personally will not be touching a penny of this money. Of course, sir. Still, as a businessman, you'd be silly to ignore the financial possibilities of all this, wouldn't you? I would? Well, I mean, look at the long-running Ronnie Biggs saga. Films, books, whatever. Didn't take much working out. What, you mean me become a sort of literary agent for the infamous? Yeah. Why not? Why not? I like it, John. I like it very much. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Film rights, bestsellers, be big. Be very big.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello, Freddie. Just going in for You going in?
Bit early for me, Arthur. But, as a matter of fact, I've just come to have a little chat with you.
Oh, what about?
Nice motors, them, Jags.
Oh, yeah. I've got a nice grey one.
I find the Merc is a more comfortable ride, personally. Come on. I'll give you a demonstration.
Me know where Mickey Dixon is? You must be joking, Freddie. I don't even know the geezer.
You know how I hate violence, Arthur. There's nothing more distressing than seeing a middle-aged man with his kneecaps nailed to the floor.
Arthur's been on a blower. He sounds a bit upset.
Upset? What about?
I didn't say. He just asked me to tell you to hang on here till he arrives.
Well, his motor's outside. Where is he?
Well, one of that myself, Terry.
I wonder what he's up to now, then.
Don't know why you didn't come to me in the first place, Mickey. You want a bit of help? Who better to ask?
Yeah, well, I didn't want to give you any unnecessary egg, Freddie. I mean, I figured you'd be one of the first the old bit of pull.
Anyway, don't worry about it. Arthur came to me and suggested I help sort things out for you, so you get your bits and pieces together and we'll be on our way.
Don't listen to him, Mickey. Arthur wouldn't go to him. He's up to something.
Birds, Mickey. What do they know? We go back a long time. Would I put you in it?
Nah, it's all right, Debbie. I mean, Freddie's one of the chaps. Anyway, if Arthur says it's all right...
Oh, you're a fool, Mickey, a bloody fool.
I mean, the man's a lunatic. What else could I do? You didn't have to tell him where Mickey was. I was in danger of being crippled for life. Nails through the kneecaps, a wheelchair job. Cut down in my prime. You tell him, Dave.
Well, where are we going then, Freddie?
Down to the coast, Mickey. Get you safely abroad. Sort out a meet with this journalist friend of mine. It's all right, isn't it?
Oh, it's well appreciated, Freddie, well appreciated.
I'll turn it in, Deb. No one's blaming you.
I tried telling him, but he wouldn't listen. I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Come on, Debs. Try not to be too upset.
I tried ringing you at the Winchester, but Dave said you're already on the way.
Yeah. No, if anything, I blame myself.
Bloody Arthur.
Oh, no, be fair. It wasn't really his fault in the circumstances. That slag baker really does hurt people. What I can't figure is how the punch knew that Arthur was involved. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that as well, Arthur. I know my editor will be. Yeah, I agree. The tape? Well, I think the 500 will compensate for that, don't you? Yeah. Well, of course, there's no reason why we can't... Sure. Sure. Yeah. Thanks anyway.
How long do you need with Dixon before I contact the police?
This is diabolical. Diabolical. This is treachery, deception and betrayal. Diabolical.
It's a wicked old world, all right, Arthur.
But you told me this man was sound.
No, Arthur. I said he was a good reporter. But what's your step?
Now listen to this. Thinking he was to meet someone anonymous who had information regarding Dixon's whereabouts, it came as something as a surprise to this reporter to find Mad Mickey himself waiting for him. Diabolical. And you call this Judas a friend?
Not a friend, Arthur. A colleague in my noble profession. Remember?
God knows what Terry's going to say.
Slags. Punces and slags, all of them.
My sentiments exactly, Terry. I don't know. You try to help somebody as you pass along, conduct a bit of honest business, and what do you get? Knife in the back. Grands I could have got. All for Mickey, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, just leave it out, will you, Arthur? None of us came out of this too bright. Mickey must be well sick.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself, Joel. Mickey'll know it ain't down to you.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to claim that baker.
No, that will be ill-advised, my son. Not at all clever. I mean, a minder with no kneecaps is a minder with no work.
He's right, Till. If you thump Baker, there's dozens of hooligans he can call on to get you.
Hello.
So you got your man, Mr. Chisholm? Very comforting to know the thin blue line is out there, efficient and vigilant as ever.
He's got more rabbit than Watership Down. Well, Dave, there's a coincidence.
Oh, what's that, Sergeant?
Interesting jacket Mickey's wearing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a coincidence.
Now, I wonder where he got hold of that.
I don't know. Could be anywhere. Aye, they're all in fashion, aren't they?
Chisholm has a disturbingly suspicious nature. There's no point in hanging around just to be asked awkward questions. Oh, my good God.
Something on your mind, Terry?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, you wear glasses, you must have bad eyes. You ought to have them out.
It's just his joke, Freddie. He don't mean nothing by it.
That's very funny, Terry. That's very humorous. It's a pity so many comedians get to be so unhappy in their personal lives.
Now, the boy's upset.
Oh, upset, is he?
Yeah, well, you know what it's like when Plod starts agging you, you get a bit edgy, don't you? Goodness me, it's at the time. Come on, Terry, we'll be late.
Leave it out, Arthur. This slag knows what upset me.
You know, the last time someone spoke to me like that, Terry, was the last time they spoke.
You are a scum.
Well, this is a jolly little gathering. Some problem, is there?
Oh, no. No problem, Mr. Chisholm. No problem at all.
Seems to me, Jones, what we have here, if these gentlemen don't move on, is a clear case of obstruction of a public highway.
Aye. Something like that, Gov.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want to break the law, Mr. Chisholm. Would we, Terry?
Arthur!
Don't worry, Arthur.
Every dog tooth has his day.